My name's Adele Wintridge. I'm Director of Fullscape Studio and I'm an interior architect.
My name's Jonathan Richards. I'm an interior designer and architect, and I'm a co-director of Richards Stanisic.
I'm Catherine Robson, Director of Robson Rack Architects.
My name's Jean-Pierre Bierzol, Founder and Director of Bierzol Studio.
I'm Tony Brenzo, one of the directors at Material Creative.
I think the finalist entries this year were really top quality.
I think that there were some really different uses of colour.
But also many finalists were distinguished by their restraint of colour.
Some people use the vibrancy and colours so strongly throughout all the project, yet some people chose one singular colour.
There was a real thread of single use of colour done really well.
So I loved seeing the student entries this year. There was a wide variety of entrants, but they all used colour in incredibly different ways. We had some beautiful neutral tones, other students that used bright primary colours, and then others that used moody hues. The colour bar was so high in the student category this year, we've ended up with one winner and 2 commendations. The first commendation goes to Hump House by Ying Po Shu at RMIT. The second commendation goes to Queen Victoria Pavilion by Michael Wren at University of Melbourne. And the winner of this year's student category is Ascend by Louise MACKAY at the Sydney Design School.
What stood out most in the commercial, interior, workplace and retail category was the diversity of the projects. The diversity in the way that they used colour, but more importantly the diversity of the scales in which the colours were applied. There was really something quite beautiful to the individualism of all the projects and all the finalists. This year's high commendation for the Commercial, Interior, Workplace and Retail Award goes to Adam Kane Architects Office by Adam Kane Architects.
For the winning project, I love the use of an accent colour that spills across the interior and a singular approach to the colour palette.
It was beautiful texture, especially in the ceiling, and also the different tactile colour sensibilities that were used throughout the project. This year's winner for the Commercial, Interior, Workplace and Retail Award goes to Armitage Jones by Bergman and Co.
The finalists were made of a variety of different projects. There were some very raw, rustic uses of colours and textures, and there were some very poppy, bright, apricot sort of golden schemes as well. So there was no real defining palette that unified the lot.
Yeah, there was a high calibre of work throughout this category, and it was something really quite beautiful to see the striking use of colour.
There were many finalists in this category with a variety of colours and different strengths, but ultimately the winner in this category was the most powerful by its use of restraint. The commendation for Commercial, Interior, Public and Hospitality goes to the Darebin Art Centre by Sibling Architecture. The winner for Commercial, Interior, Public and Hospitality goes to the Arts Epicentre by Branch Studio Architects.
I think the finalists in the residential interior category were all of a very high calibre. There was definitely a theme with a block use of colour. There was also a number of projects with colour used on multiple surfaces. So there would be a colour used in a carpet and the same colour used on the walls and the ceilings and potentially even the furniture. We awarded a commendation for the residential interior category, and that goes to the Ruckers Hill House for Studio Bright.
I hear it running through my blood. If I'm feeling it, then I don't stand a chance.
The commendation and winner had a real enveloping feel by their use of colour. It was really beautifully executed on both parts.
A lot of the other projects had used paint on joinery and walls, but the winner's work used paint on the interior architecture to create the form and create this powerful space. The winner of the residential interior category is Perfect Storm by Green Anvil Co., Killing Matte Woods and Set for Art.
Don't stand a chance. We never stand a chance.
The single residential exterior category, there was a real thread of colour accentuating the forms of the exterior, which we thought was really interesting, that brought the whole exterior facades to life. This year's commendation for single residential exterior is Split House by Pack Studio.
I'm tickled pink that things aren't going my way, 'cause that would be boring. Spend my last cent on cheese and champagne. What a wonderful morning. Never
The single residential exterior projects used paint on the architectural fabric to create a bold, dynamic statement, both externally and internally.
Choosing a winner for this category was quite easy. We had two clear finalists that we really liked. The one that came to the forefront just executed the detailing on the exterior just so well, and it integrated into the interior and it kind of bled through. This year's winner for single residential exterior is Casuarina House by Vokes and Peters.
I guess that things can only get better from here, but sometimes I wonder I might have missed. It's not so good right now. Feeling so good right now. Yeah.
There was some real standout projects within this category. I felt the innovative use of applied colour to the exterior spaces and the way that the colour moved across from exterior to interior was really fascinating. The commercial and multi-residential exterior category commendation goes to the social housing development Rangiora by ROHAN COLLETT Architects.
The winner of this category actually really blew my mind. This one was an incredible use of colour in lots of different colours and shades to create a space.
I love the winning project in this category. I think I knew that it was a winner right from the beginning. What is so fantastic about the project is its joyous use of colour. If you walk past this building, you would have to look twice at it. The commercial and multi-residential exterior winner goes to UOM SOUTHBANK End of Trip by SEARLE and WALDRON Architecture.
Round your finger, dizzy from being spun.
Thank you for joining us to celebrate the outstanding work by this year's Dulux Colour Awards finalists. It is certainly a privilege for Dulux to be able to recognise and celebrate the achievements of our industry as we place strong focus on providing support to specifiers so they can help create a better place for us all to live, work and play. In its 34th year, the Dulux Colour Awards allows us to immerse ourselves in the amazing design work across hundreds of entries from both established and emerging industry talent. This year, our finalists have been outstanding, showcasing their innovative and creative use of colour in architecture and design across New Zealand and Australia. On behalf of Dulux, we congratulate this year's finalists, commendations and category winners, and thank our panel of judges for their time and dedication during this process. We hope you've enjoyed the insights from our judges and winners and the extraordinary designs and use of colour. And now, here are the winners of the coveted New Zealand and Australian Grand Prix Awards.
And I don't want to go. So listen, promise to say you we have a madness, I'm hard to love, I never thought I'd find someone. God knows I need you, and when push comes to shove, forever is never enough. When I'm with you, I don't fall apart. You make me feel like I have a heart. Your beauty is my kryptonite. I don't want to go another night. When push comes to shove.
To the Grand Prix winners, I would say congratulations.
Congratulations.
It's an amazing achievement.
All the projects were incredible.
To all the finalists, to the winners and to the Grand Prix winners, congratulations, your work was outstanding.